Can you apply for a DV lottery while in USA? Yes, you can absolutely apply for the Diversity Visa Lottery even if you are already inside the United States. This is a very common question for people who are in the United States on a temporary visa, such as a student visa, a tourist visa, or a temporary work visa, like an H-1B. We are going to address it here. Hello and welcome to Prospect Global. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button for helpful content like this. The rules for the DV lottery do not say you must be in your home country to apply. The application is done completely online, so your physical location really does not matter when you are submitting your entry. You can be anywhere in the world, including any city in the United States, as long as you have an internet connection. Being in the United States does not give you a special advantage or disadvantage in the lottery itself. The selection process is completely random. A computer program chooses the winners from all the eligible entries received from around the world. Your application will be treated the same as an application from someone in another country. The important thing is that you meet all the eligibility requirements, which we will discuss later. Your current visa status in the United States does not affect your chances of being selected in the lottery drawing. However, if you win the lottery while you are in the United States, your situation is a little different. Winners who are outside the United States go to a United States embassy or consulate in their home country for an interview. If you are already in the United States in a legal status, you might be able to complete the final step, called adjustment of status, without leaving the country. This means you would apply to United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, to change your temporary status to a permanent resident status. This can be a more convenient process than traveling back to your home country for an interview. It is very important that you maintain your legal status in the United States while you wait for the lottery results, and if you win, while you wait for your green card application to be processed. Before you get excited and start filling out the form, you must check if you are allowed to apply. The United States government has two main rules for eligibility. If you do not meet both of these rules, you should not apply, because your application will be disqualified. The first rule is about your country of birth. You must be from a country that is eligible for the DV lottery program for that year. The United States Department of State publishes a list of eligible and ineligible countries every year before the application period opens. This list can change, so you need to check it each year. The country of birth rule is very strict. It's about the country where you were born, not the country where you currently live or have citizenship. For example, if you were born in an ineligible country but are now a citizen of an eligible country, you still cannot apply based on your citizenship. However, there are two exceptions. If your spouse was born in an eligible country, you can claim their country of birth. Also, if neither of your parents were born in or residents of your ineligible birth country at the time you were born, you may be able to claim the birth country of one of your parents, if it is an eligible country. The second main rule is about your education or work experience. You must have either a high school education or its equivalent, or you must have 2 years of work experience within the last 5 years in a certain type of job. A high school education means you have successfully completed a 12-year course of elementary and secondary school in the United States or a similar course in another country. You will need to be able to prove this with a diploma or certificate. This is a very important requirement, and you cannot skip it unless you qualify with work experience instead. If you do not have a high school education, you can use your work experience to qualify. However, not all jobs count. The job must be one that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. The United States Department of State uses a database from the United States Department of Labor called ONET Online to see which jobs are eligible. You will need to look up your job in this database to see if it meets the standard. This rule ensures that winners of the lottery have the skills or education to succeed and find work in the United States. Meeting one of these two requirements is essential for a valid application. Applying for the DV lottery is done through an official government website. The process is simple, but you must be very careful to fill out everything correctly. First, you need to find the official DV lottery entry form, which is called the EDV entry form, or DS 5501. Be very careful to only use the official U.S. Department of State website, which has a web address that ends in .gov. Many other websites look official but are not. They may try to charge you money or steal your personal information. Remember, the real application is always free. The form is only available online during the registration period. When you start the application, you will need to provide personal information. This includes your full name, gender, date of birth, city and country where you were born, and your mailing address. You must enter your name exactly as it appears on your passport. You will also need to provide information about your spouse and all of your children under 21 years old, even if they are not planning to move to the U.S. with you. You must include their names, birth dates, and photos as well. Failing to list all eligible family members can cause your application to be disqualified if you win. One of the most important parts of the application is the photograph. You must submit a recent digital photograph of yourself, your spouse, and your children. The photo must meet very specific rules. It has to be taken within the last 6 months, be in color, and have a plain white or off-white background. You cannot wear glasses, hats, or anything that covers your head, unless it is for religious reasons and you wear it every day. The photo must be clear and show your full face looking directly at the camera. The government website has a tool to check if your photo meets the technical requirements before you submit it. After you have filled in all the information and uploaded your photos, you will have a chance to review everything. Double-check every single detail for mistakes. A small mistake, like a wrong birth date or a misspelled name, could get your entry thrown out. Once you are sure everything is perfect, you can submit the form. After you submit it, a confirmation screen will appear with your name and a unique confirmation number. You must print this screen or save the confirmation number in a very safe place. You will need this number to check if you have won the lottery later. Without it, you cannot check your status. After you submit your application and save your confirmation number, the waiting period begins. The U.S. Department of State will not send you an email or a letter to tell you that you won. It is your responsibility to check your status online. The results are usually available starting in May of the year after you applied. For example, if you applied in October 2024, the results would be available around May 2025. You must go back to the same official DV Lottery website where you applied. You will need your confirmation number, your last name, and your year of birth to check your status. Be very careful of scams during this waiting period. Many criminals send fake emails that say you have won the DV Lottery. These emails often look very official and ask you to send money to claim your prize or to pay for a visa. This is always a scam. The U.S. government will never ask you for money through an email. The only way to know if you have won is by checking your status yourself on the official.gov website using your confirmation number. Do not trust any emails or letters that tell you that you are a winner. Always protect your personal information. If you check your status and find out that you have been selected, congratulations! This is wonderful news, but it is not a guarantee of a green card. It is only the first step. Being selected means you are eligible to apply for a diversity visa. You will be given instructions on the website about the next steps. You will need to fill out another, more detailed application form, the DS-260, and submit documents to prove your eligibility, such as your birth certificate, education records, and work history. If you are in the U.S., you will also begin the adjustment of status process with USCIS. The final step is a visa interview. If you are outside the U.S., you will have an interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate. If you are inside the U.S. and applying for adjustment of status, you will likely have an interview at a USCIS office. During the interview, a consular or immigration officer will review your documents and ask you questions to make sure you are eligible for the green card. It is important to remember that there are more people selected than there are available visas, so you should complete all the steps as quickly as possible. For the most accurate and up-to-date information, always check the official U.S. Department of State and USCIS websites. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Prospect Global for more helpful content.